You're watching Your View.
Thank you for joining us. This is Scott Kaplan and Crew Tonight. The very best from today's Scott Kaplan and Crew show on the mightier 1090 AM SoCal Sports Talk. Here's Scott Kaplan, Alex Padilla, and John Browner.
Hey, great friends. It is Monday here on Kaplan and Crew. And along with me, hermano numero uno, grande Alejandro Padilla en la casa.
Hola.
And bringing the street cred from the 7 Mile Casino podcast shed, Big Brown in the house.
Hey, what's good?
Got a lot to get to. Now, for those of you that are listening on radio, stay with us because we got a lot that we want to talk about all day, from the Masters to the no-hitter to the Lakers. There's just so much we want to get to. For those of you that are watching on YouTube, get involved in our YouTube chat. Come down below and comment. Give a thumbs up. Some of you will give a thumbs down. I don't care. Do what you got to do. So YouTubers, glad to have you along. Radio listeners, glad you're with us today. And for those of you that will be watching on Your View, Channel 4 San Diego and Santa Barbara, Channel 118 Orange County and Palos Verdes, I am shocked by how many people have come up to me in the last week who go, dude, I just caught up with the show on television. I had no idea you guys moved the radio show to TV. I'm like, well, we didn't really move it. We just take the best of the radio show from the day and we push it onto TV. 7 to 8 p.m. tonight on television. And if you're watching right now, glad you are here. Let's get to our top stories. They are brought to us daily by Corky's Pest Control, 1-800-901-1102 for Cork. So if you are in LA, if you are in Riverside County, if you are anywhere in San Diego, we can come to you. And if you got rats or spiders or, I don't know, other stuff that doesn't belong, you call Cork. Cork comes taking care of it. 1-800-901-1102. Okay. The biggest story from the weekend for us. Joe Musgrove, no-hitter. Truly a remarkable moment in Padre history. And I got it. Dodger fans ridiculed us all weekend long on Twitter that the Dodgers have 25 in their history, and what's the big deal with a no-hitter? Let me tell you what the big deal is. It's a story. Over 8,000 games played, over 50 years of history in the organization, no World Series titles to show, no no-hitter ever in the team's history. So when a kid from San Diego who grew up a Padres fan right down the road comes home, joins the team, and in his second start throws the first no-hitter in team history, listen, you don't have to be a Padre fan to appreciate how big of a deal that is and how great of a story that is. Gentlemen, initial thoughts.
It was just awesome to watch. First of all, anytime that there's a no-hitter, Twitter blows up. Turn this on. You turn MLB Network on and they jump to wherever game it's happening. For whatever reason, I don't know about you guys, it's just cool to watch. I feel like the intensity just goes up. That doesn't happen in a baseball game during the regular season often. It almost feels like a playoff game. And then when it's happening to your team, and that's right, Browner, your team, our team.
Well, no, you had it right the first time.
It was incredible. My hands got clammy. I wear a Fitbit, so my heart rate went up in the 90s. It was, I don't know what, it was just the coolest thing to watch. And we've talked about before, the fact that it happened to the San Diego kid, the kid from El Cajon, the kid whose parents own a coffee shop in Alpine, the kid who played at Grossmont High, who grew up a Padres fan. It's just like, you can write it. It's probably going to be a Disney movie at some point.
You got to ask yourself this. Who do you want representing you, right? What better player to be representing the San Diego Padres than a guy from the city? A guy who didn't come on the scene as like this big flash. He wasn't a Tatis. It wasn't a big deal made when they signed Yu Darvish or traded for Blake Snell. It wasn't all that fanfare surrounding this guy. And for this guy to come through in the way that he did, which is absolutely phenomenal. It showed you that the Padres are more than just one guy or they're more than just one thing. This is a well-built, well-rounded team. And when that final out got made across Twitter, whether it be locally here, people crying or watching in their car or watching on a street corner, I drove through South Park, and every single bar, I poop you not, was crowded almost shoulder to shoulder with people either watching from the curb or inside screaming, cheering, wearing Padre gear. When has that happened? Like, something is happening with this team, and I cannot wait to see how it turns out.
For me, and again, for those of you that'll catch up to the show on TV, I got to tell you, either listen on radio or come watch the whole show on YouTube, because there's going to be things that you're going to miss along the way. But here goes. Friday night, I was standing at a flag football field and watching the game on my phone with a whole bunch of other people around me watching the game. And when the final out was recorded, the game ended, the flag football game, and me and my girlfriend went out to grab something to eat for dinner. And we went to a sports bar themed kind of a place, lots of TVs and stuff. We sat at the bar. At that time, Kenny Mayne on ESPN was interviewing Joe Musgrove. And so the whole place, though, was zoned in on it. Like, look, a Padre player threw a no-hitter, and he's being interviewed on SportsCenter right now. The whole country is paying attention to a milestone for the Padres. And again, over 8,000 games played, over 50 years of history, and this had never happened. So for those of you that are Dodger fans that are ridiculing, okay, you got to understand, man, this is a big deal for the Padre fan base.
About the Padres-Dodgers fan base. Let the Dodgers fan base say what they got to say. Let them. When they ridiculed Padre fans for celebrating in the streets in the middle of a pandemic, when they beat the Cardinals in the wild card round yesterday, let them. Nothing makes a powerhouse more nervous than a new powerhouse coming in. And that's what it is. Dodger fans have Padres in their brains 24/7. Anything good that happens to the Padres fans this year, Dodger fans going to poo-poo it, to use Browner's words. Any success the Padres have, the Dodger fans will poo-poo it.
Well, they'll continue to remind you, hey, you guys, that's cute. It's a nice little cute no-hitter, but it ain't a World Series ring.
Yeah, it's also a cute little asterisk next to your 60-game World Series Mickey Mouse ring. So you can come back with anything that you want. Padres, I think that there's some sort of inferiority complex that some Padres seem to have. Dude, just let it go. We've never had success. So of course they're going to have ammo because it's never happened. So just roll with it. Let the Dodger fans do what they got to do. And enjoy it.
There's only one thing you can do that no one can take away from you. Be happy. Okay? Don't let no one steal your joy because they want to try to talk down your team's accomplishments. We live in a world filled with people who would rather hate than congratulate. So I'm going to tell you right now, Padre fans, don't let them steal your joy. Don't let them try to compare what they've done to what you've done, because I can tell you right now, the diamond setting in that ring ain't even set yet, because it ain't been long enough. You going to get yours right after they got there, so don't worry about it. It's all good. Don't let nobody steal your joy. Something special is happening. Eat your cake.
All right, let me make a little bit of a left turn, and then I'm coming right back to Joe Musgrove here for a second, because we talked about the Dodgers. Listen, if you're watching the show in Orange County, LA, Santa Barbara, if you're watching on TV, I know there's a lot of Dodger fans up there. I know there's also a lot of Padres fans up there, because believe me, in the old days when 1090 had the Padres on the air, it was a lot of people north of San Diego. That's how they were getting their Padres content, because they couldn't get it necessarily on TV. So I know there's a lot of Padre fans up there. Dodger fans, listen, if you don't think that the Dodgers are already contemplating what the Padres are and what that means to them. Look, Dodgers on fire in the early part of the season, and they're getting contributions from guys that you might not have expected it from. This guy who hit the home run yesterday and who also had an RBI that I know was up in the sun, and the Washington outfielders couldn't find it. This is a guy who I can't even think of his name off the top of my head, McClinsky or something like that. You'll have to help me out here so I don't completely look like an idiot. But anyway, the point is, the Dodgers are already getting contributions, not just from Bellinger and Betts, who were both out of the game. Okay. And so the Dodgers and their fans know that the Padres are more for real than ever before. And I think this is going to be the most intense baseball season, because I really think we're going to watch every game, meaning we're going to watch the scoreboards. We're going to watch the standings. because I think they should be going toe-to-toe all year long. And the best part of it is this weekend coming up, I know it's only Monday, but this weekend coming up, Dodgers come to San Diego. And you can already see Dave Roberts, a guy from San Diego, played for the Padres, coached for the Padres, and you know Dave has a bit of a Woody for the Padre organization because they didn't even so much as give him the symbolic interview to even try to become the manager of the Padres. So he wasn't good enough to manage the Padres, but he's good enough to go manage the division champs 8 years in a row and finally win a World Series. So Dave Roberts has made an adjustment now so that when the Dodgers come to San Diego this weekend, he's got it lined up with Kershaw, Buehler, and Bauer. So he's got his first three guys. I mean, listen, if I were Dave, I wouldn't care if it was Urias or May or whoever else he wanted to start. But I think what Dave Roberts is saying in the first series of the season is we're going to their place. We're pitching our top of our rotation. We're going to go in there and win that series or sweep that series. And we're going to just, kind of mark our territory for this upcoming season. That's what I would be thinking. Dave Roberts is thinking about why he's made adjustments to get his top three guys pitching this weekend.
I need to be an official right now. I need to be in the building on Friday when this game happens. I need to be there. So I need somebody to call somebody. I need to be in the building. Period, point blank in the store. Whether it's with a press pass or a ticket. If I gotta sit where you feel like you inside, I gotta do it. I need to be in that building. Call somebody, Scott. Call somebody.
I know my kids are all over me right now. They're like, Dad, we want to go to Padres games. I'm like, well, in the old days when 1090 had the Padres and the Padres were terrible, tickets were plentiful.
Yeah.
Now the Padres are good and there's a smaller number of people that you can let in. And most of the people are season ticket holders. Getting Padre tickets a little bit more of a chore.
I need one. I don't need two. I don't need its. I need it. Ticket, right. Not tickets. It.
Okay. Understood.
It's for the show. It's work. For work purposes.
Just reach out to the Padres. We're back in their good graces, bro.
Yeah, no, we're good.
We're back in their good
We're
graces.
good.
Give me somebody to email.
Although I will say this, we're back into a nice friendly relationship with the Padres. And I don't know about you guys, but I mean, the rumors are already out there that there's been a lot of meetings between the Padres organizationally and 1090. Because the Padres, as happy as they've been with the FM side of the radio dial, the fact of the matter is everybody who pushed the Padres to the FM side, they're all gone now. And so Peter Seidler is a 1090 listener, always has been. And Peter Seidler has a lot of friends and family in LA that don't get Padres on the radio. And so Peter Seidler, I'll just put it this way. There's already a lot of discussion going on because the Padres are looking for.
I like how
he's so funny, dude. He gets like he's about to tell people something, and I'll just say that.
He also said, the rumors are out there. Hey, ain't no rumors out there. You're the rumor.
As he creates the rumor. Come on.
I could do a Twitter search right now.
Hold on.
Says Padres 1090.
You got to understand something. I'm not starting the rumor. Somebody told me this.
Who?
Well, a couple different people.
Hold on. I have a question. Somebody told you the rumor, or somebody told you to start the rumor?
No.
I love it when you do this.
Somebody told me that there are discussions happening between 1090 and the Padres because and by the way, I mean, I will admit I'm kind of the person that made the connection,
Ooh.
But, look, the Padres want a bigger radio platform. Doesn't mean that 1090 is going to get the Padres back. It could mean that the Padres use 1090 as a piece of leverage to get more money from another company. That is certainly a possibility. But I can just tell you that the Padres owner is a 1090 listener, is a Kaplan and Crew listener and viewer. And I'm not saying that he's moving the Padres because of that. I'm just saying that there's conversations that are happening.
Put them on both.
And it's not such a great secret. So
can you do that? Can you put them on both? Was that like against some type of exclusivity?
No, it's not happening. Yeah, it's not gonna happen.
Come on.
My bad.
That's all right. All right. So listen,
we haven't said the word yet.
Tell me.
When we're talking about the Padres.
Yeah.
We got the no-hitter.
Yeah.
But you know what else they did this weekend?
Sweet.
They swept the Rangers.
Yeah.
They swept the
I-
Rangers.
Didn't I tell y'all that? When I tell y'all we gonna come back in the city ready to play with the Dodgers, what I said our record was gonna be?
I don't remember. I don't
remember either.
a lot of what you say, actually.
I told
You
y'all
just yell at me and I tune out.
it was a
Yeah.
change. How long is this road trip?
They got 4 more games this week.
So I said 5-2. That's what I said when they left. 5-2. I'm coming back. We coming back 5-2, ready for the Dodgers.
All right.
So you
well,
guys
listen.
think that Tatis will be back on Friday for the Dodgers
No,
as well?
no.
Actually, that's
I hope
a
not.
pretty good call because I mean, there's been a lot of video of him taking grounders at short, as Heath Bell has told us off air, and we'll talk to Heath coming up a little bit later on. But Heath was telling us that he was there and he was watching him take pregame batting practice. So I would think that Tatis is going to try and get back as quickly as he can and test this. Because here's the thing. Let me go back to Musgrove. I said I was going to take a left turn. I'm coming back to Musgrove. So I guess this is just the way my brain works. You know, I'm super happy for the Musgrove family. I'm really happy for Joe. I'm happy for the Padres organizationally. I love it for the fan base. I'm really happy for everybody. I got to say there's a couple of little tiny pieces in there that I wish I could get back. Here's 3 of them. One, you realize that Musgrove is 1 pitch away from a perfect game. No hitter is amazing, but he's 1 pitch away. Not a walk, okay? Not an error, hit by pitch. He's 1 pitch away from a perfect game. So that's number 1. Number 2, the fact that Ted Leitner did not get a chance to call this game. Now, look, Ted was very, very professional and gracious in social media this past weekend. He said that he was happy for Jesse. He's happy for the organization. He's happy for, Jesse Agler's the play-by-play guy. He's happy for everybody who got a chance to be involved. And no, he's not home angry that he didn't get a chance to call it. Look, I spoke to Ted Leitner this weekend. He and I have been talking a lot lately. And Ted got into an accident. Did you guys know this? Did you guys know that Ted got into an accident leaving a Padre game? I think it was the first Saturday night of the season. He fell and hit his face first on the ground. Ambulance, the whole deal. He told me he's got raccoon eyes right now. Like he's got 2 black eyes. So I feel bad that the game wasn't in San Diego. When I say feel bad, I mean, listen, it would have been even better if the game was in San Diego, if there was a perfect game because there was no hit by pitch, if Ted Leitner would have called it. And lastly, the final out, the ball was hit to short. And, it will live forever that Kim makes the play and throws to first. It's not Tatis, who obviously wasn't in the game at the time because he's been hurt. So incredible performance. Now, let me just advance the ball here. Yesterday afternoon, I'm watching the Masters and my phone blows up and it's Fat Tony. Everybody who's a longtime great friend knows Fat Tony. He's been part of the show for 20 years. And Fat Tony's a man who's always on the scene. Fat Tony had read on some Padre blog that the Padres were painting a mural of Joe Musgrove on his high school wall, Grossmont High. Fat Tony takes his daughter, her name's Fat Girl, and he drives to the school and starts sending me pictures, right? So I start sending the pictures to Grande. Grande starts posting them on Twitter, Instagram, anywhere, right? And Fat Tony goes, hey, man, the artist told me that the Padres said, let's not talk about it. Let's not show it. We're going to have a ceremony this week and unveil it. And Fat Tony tells the artist, no, dog, it's too late. I came because somebody told me about it. Now I've put out pictures and it's posted everywhere and there is no secret, So to the artist that painted that, spectacular. To Grossmont High, who said, yeah, let's do it, or the school district, whoever, awesome. And to Peter Seidler and the Padres, who immediately said, we'll pay for it. Let's do it. Freaking cool, man. A mural at your high school in San Diego because you're the first Padre ever to throw a no-hitter in more than 8,000 games in 50 years. How rad is that?
It's so cool. And honestly, it's isn't it like one of those kids' dreams where you're a high school pitcher? You're like, you know what? It'd be dope to have my mural here if I do something. I thought about that. My gym has some painting up of something. I was like, you know what? I wish I was good enough to have my painting up there.
I know.
But I'm not. This guy is now, though.
Yeah. Look at
living
him.
in infamy.
All-timer.
How often do you get
All-timer.
to paint on the school and then everybody's all cool about it? Like, oh yeah.
Yeah,
Not only
that's the
will
other
they
thing, too.
never take it down, they're gonna pat you on the back for putting it up. So good
Yeah.
on that kid, man.
Hey, Alex, put up for everybody, though, because, again, I'm going to scoreboard watch and I'm going to do standings watch all season long. Put up our Padres versus Dodgers comparison from this past weekend. And, listen, let's take a look here. So the Padres swept Texas and the Dodgers swept the Nationals. And look at this. Let's just keep it going all year long. 8-2, 7-3, first place, second place. It's why every game matters. Awesome.
Get me to Friday, like Browner says. Get me to Friday. I'm not going to be in San Diego. I'm actually heading up to Oxnard, so I'm going to watch these games with Dodger fans, and I can't wait. This is like the amount. So I had a buddy trying to jinx the no-hitter starting in the 7th inning. Literally text me, "Oh, you're watching the no-hitter in all caps?" Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
All right. Well, hey, listen, for those of you that are watching on TV, on your view, listen, the southern part of the mega market is San Diego. The northern part of the mega market is Santa Barbara. Channel 4, San Diego, Santa Barbara. Channel 118 in Palos Verdes in Orange County. And for those of you that have said to me out and about, dude, I'm catching the TV show. I am so stoked that you are. Coming up, former Padre closer Heath Bell. What did he think about this no-hitter? We'll find out next.
We'll be right back with more of Scott Kaplan and Crew tonight. The very best from today's Scott Kaplan and Crew show on the mightier 1090 AM. A new generation of radio. SoCal Sports Talk.
Kaplan and Crew tonight is brought to you by BMW San Diego, your certified BMW dealer, serving drivers throughout San Diego and the surrounding areas.
Hey, Dave Smith here. Make sure you listen to my show on the Mightier 1090, 6 to 10 p.m. Saturday and Sunday night. The only local sports talk in all of Southern California on the weekends, right here on the Mightier 1090.
The all-new and mightier 1090.
Join Erica Cardenas on Doing More as she introduces you to ordinary people working side by side to confront tremendous challenges and make a positive impact in their community.
Hi, I'm Erica Cardenas. Join me on the next Doing More as we celebrate the many accomplishments of women during Women's History Month.
Doing More, Sunday and Monday night on Your View. Sponsored by The Barnes Firm, partnering with Shelter to Soldier and saving lives 2 at a time. Visit thebarnesfirm.com/shelter to soldier and help save more lives.
I've been a part of this community for a long time, and giving back is what we do. That's why I'm so excited to tell you about the San Diego Giving Back Raffle, a benefit for Ronald McDonald House Charities of San Diego. Grand prize is this $4 million luxury home, or you could win a car, vacation, or cash. Everyone is guaranteed to win a prize. And you'll feel good knowing your raffle purchase goes to help families like the Lechugas. Get your tickets now for the San Diego Giving Back Raffle.
Time now for Kaplan and Crew tonight's Community Connect.
Shelter to Soldier selects dogs from shelters and rescue groups all throughout California. Our ideal candidate at Shelter to Soldier is 8 months to a year and a half old. They're confident in different environments. They have strong social drive. Another motivator like food or toy drive. And ultimately, these are dogs that want to have a job and that have a greater purpose to become a service dog. Currently, about 85% of our dogs pass their service dog training. But if they don't pass, they become a career change. We don't like to use the word failure around here. So career change to an emotional support animal, or if that doesn't work out, then they career change to a pet dog. Still finding a loving placement and purpose in life.
step up.
You know, we're breaking that stereotype of what a homeless person is, this subculture society. We're just brothers, sisters, mom, dad, grandmas, and grandpas, being part of the solution instead of part of the problem.
So, ladies and gentlemen, left-hand side.
We make sure that there's no drug dealing, drug use, encampments around their facilities, or anywhere in our neighborhood. We self-police, and that's all a testament to the folks here that used to be out there.
Watch out for sharp objects, ladies and gentlemen.
Ed's, you know, once again, he's a perfect example of the caliber of the men and women that have been outside on the streets.
Here in San Diego for over 50 years, have worked all my life since 1975. But suddenly I had a stroke and I lost all muscle control. One of the things you never think will happen to you, but it can.
The onus of responsibility need to go to our folks like Ed, people you've seen here that have tremendous skill, and give them the opportunity to shine. It's that peer-to-peer support, talking to the folks out there and bringing folks in here to start the process.
Let's go.
Hey, it's Pharrell here, inviting you to catch my shows on the Mightier 1090. We're on twice every Monday through Friday, 1 to 3 p.m. and 7 to 9 p.m. Pacific. Trust me, all the other sports stations are sleeping with your wife.
The all-new and Mightier 1090.
We have a term for typical cheese-filled, grease-covered, regret-inducing takeout. That's why dinner from El Pollo Loco is always fire-grilled, freshly prepared, feel-good food. The $20 Familia Dinner from El Pollo Loco.
Are you living in an underserved community and facing adversity? Do you have a desire to start or grow your own business? San Diego State University's Lavin Entrepreneurship Center, the Center for Leadership and Entrepreneurial Studies, and community partners invite you to participate in our Community Bootcamp. The bootcamp provides intense, hands-on exposure to the fundamentals of launching and growing a successful venture. Register today at leadershipcentersw.org.
Join Erica Cardenas on Doing More as she introduces you to ordinary people working side by side to confront tremendous challenges and make a positive impact in their community.
Hi, I'm Erica Cardenas. Join me on the next Doing More as we celebrate the many accomplishments of women during Women's History Month.
Doing More, Sunday and Monday night on Your View. Sponsored by The Barnes Firm, partnering with Shelter to Soldier and saving lives 2 at a time. Visit thebarnesfirm.com/shelter to soldier and help save more lives.
Adios, love handles.
Adios, couch.
Adios, Quarantine 15.
Say adios to the quarantine bod with Pollo Fit Bowls, made with fire-grilled chicken and organic super greens from El Pollo Loco.
Here's Kaplan and Crew tonight's 60-second timeout with Haley Stasiak.
After 8,205 games, the San Diego Padres finally got their first ever no-hitter on Friday night. Now, the story behind the pitcher who made it happen might be the best story in sports right now. Pitcher Joe Musgrove was traded to the Padres from the Pittsburgh Pirates just 3 months ago. Musgrove went to Grossmont High School, which is not even 20 minutes away from Petco Park, and grew up cheering for the Friars. The Grossmont alum said he felt like bringing the first no-hitter to his hometown was meant to be. And over the weekend, the team commissioned an incredible mural at his alma mater commemorating the historic night. The Padres were the last team in Major League Baseball without a no-hitter, and in his second start for the team he grew up cheering for, the hometown kid got it done. You truly couldn't write a better script, and that is why we love sports. That's your 60-second timeout. Now back to more Kaplan and Crew tonight.
Kaplan and Crew tonight's 60-second timeout is presented by Your View.
Attention, all dogs, cats, horses, tortoises, birds, pigs, and all other pets. Get your family members to sit, stay, and watch Animal Zone every Saturday at 9 p.m. right here on this channel and at animalzone.org.
Tune in Saturdays at 9 p.m. to watch Animal Zone right here on Your View.
We'll be right back with more of Scott Kaplan and Crew tonight. The very best from today's Scott Kaplan and Crew show on the mightier 1090 AM. A new generation of radio. SoCal Sports Talk.
You're watching Kaplan and Crew tonight, powered by the mightier 1090 in your view, featuring the best sports talk in SoCal.
All right, great friends. It is time to conversate. Yeah, that's right, Browner. I stole that word from Donovan McNabb, and I've incorporated it into my vocabulary. It's time to conversate. What, you got a problem with that?
That's who you stealing words from? Donovan McNabb?
It's the first guy I ever heard say the word conversate.
Listen, Donovan McNabb about as white as you, but okay.
Oh, really?
Okay.
Damn.
Enjoy it. Enjoy.
Alex, you know of anybody that said conversate? I mean, that's the first guy I heard of it from Donovan McNabb. He's like, yo, I'm gonna be conversating. And so I've adopted that word.
No.
Anybody else?
No.
You know why
the word converse?
You know why you've never heard it? Because when you're trying to force something, things like that come out.
No,
Random
I like
thing about Donovan McNabb.
Yeah.
Nobody likes him.
No, he used the 1090 studios once for a show, and there was zero buzz when he was in the building. I was like, did nobody care that Donovan McNabb is here right now? Like, nobody cared. Nobody. There was also like 5 people working at the time at 1090 because it was almost done, but still.
Donovan McNabb is from Chicago. Nobody likes him. Okay. And if anybody likes anybody from Chicago, it's me. And I don't like Donovan McNabb.
Wow. All right. Well, listen, Skinny, relax, will you? All right. Seriously, I'm only calling you Skinny because now I see them legs, man. Let me see them
shorts today.
Look at them chicken legs. Look at them things. I'll eat those things.
Bro, ew. What?
What?
No, bro. No.
Like frog legs all up in
Listen, you worry about the decathlon, bro. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about my legs.
Mondays are weird.
I know. Mondays are weird.
You two are always on it on Mondays.
Yeah.
Like
I
you
know.
miss
Mondays
each other
are
on Saturday and Sunday. That you have to give it to each other on Monday.
Yeah. All right. Listen, we're just getting rolling here. It is Monday. We are in the 7 Mile Casino Studios here on Kaplan and Crew, along with Grande and Big Brown. It is time to welcome in former Padres all-star closer Heath Bell, who I can't wait to hear from Heath what he thought about Joe Musgrove's no-hitter. Heath Bell, what's happening?
Hey, how you guys doing? Musgrove's no-hitter I be honest, the last 2 innings was unbelievable. Because that's all the time. That's the only innings I got to see because my son had a baseball game. And then the game was over and I looked at my phone and my phone was kind of blowing up that there's a possible no-hitter. And so I just turned it right onto my phone and stood in the stands, even though my son's team got on the bus and started heading back because it was a road game, different high school. And the other high school team was working on their field. And my wife and I and my other kids were just in the stands watching the game. So it was really exciting. It was really awesome. It goes back to remembering when Chris Young almost did it a few years ago, but just to, not check that off the list of the Padres have never done. So, this might be one of the, checkoffs, but also the World Series might be another one. So you never know.
All right.
It was pretty awesome.
The ultimate optimist, Heath Bell, the former Padre all-star closer, is with us. That's interesting that you were sitting there watching it. You didn't choose to get in your car and drive home and watch it in the car. You actually just stayed there and watched. I know many people, Heath, were locked in like you were. And just as you're talking about being with your family, I had the same experience. Like I was out on a flag football field and my son was texting me from Orange County. My daughter's at home watching. People are standing around my phone watching it at the field. It was a family affair and it was a Padre fan affair. I know this sounds like ridiculously hokey, but when you've heard for 8,000 plus games in 50 plus years, never been a no-hitter, and you get that close, it just becomes a big deal.
Yeah, it really was. I mean, I even said, I go to my wife, she's like, what are you doing? I'm like, there's, possible no. I didn't want to say the actual no-hitter. And she was like, don't say that. And then all of a sudden my son's walking off and looking at us and I go, just check the Padre game. I yelled at him as he gets on the bus to ride back to to his high school. So he has his phone. So he watched it on his bus going back to his high school. So it was pretty cool. We tried not to jinx it, like probably every Padre fan out there. And it was just pretty exciting. It was pretty, it was just exciting. I don't know, words can't really describe.
I'm glad you bring up that jinx, because I thought it was super interesting that Bally Sports leaned right into it, and they put the lower third graphic on the right next to the score. 7.2 innings, Musgrove, no hits allowed. And they had it there the rest of the game. I was like, that is a step, because Mud and Don did not say the word no hitter. They were saying, like you, they were talking around the word no hit.
Yep.
But the scoreboard had the graphic on the whole time.
It's just, I think some baseball people just don't get it and don't realize, when you haven't achieved it, but when the stars are aligned and everything is working and everybody's in the right spot, it's destined for it to happen. But there's just that one pitch that could mess the whole thing up. So I'll just give you an example. Like my son's high school baseball team, they had a no-hitter going through the 5th inning, and the third batter of the 5th inning reached out and hit a ball right over the first baseman's head. It was an ugly swing, just reached out on a curveball, booped it over the first baseman's head, and the team only got one hit, and that was it. But it was just like anything can happen. A ball just hits a rock, shoots the other way. Somebody takes their foot off the bag. You never know. Ball gets hit into the lights or something. I don't know it. So it's just awesome to see. The Padres finally have a no-hitter, and it was fun to watch. I mean, I got to watch Saturday's game on the television, and then I went to Sunday's game. So actually in Texas Stadium. So our Global Life Stadium, I think it is. And it was really nice to be back to baseball. I mean, the stadium was probably about 80% full, just because, I mean, there was a lot of Padre fans there. And I think either a lot of the Padre fans left because it was Sunday and got to go back to work on Monday. And the Texas Rangers aren't doing so well, because there was Ranger fans there, but, they weren't too happy. They're getting their butts kicked and swept by the Padres. So, but it was really nice. You saw people with masks, but people with no masks. So it was just really nice to be back to a game instead of watching a game like this and covered up and acting like a ninja. So it was just nice. We could cheer, we could do everything. It was fun.
Heath, I thought what was equally as impressive to me, and that maybe you can chime in on this as well, that the next day there was no hitter hangover. They went out and took care of business because they knew they were the better team. And to me, that's a really good mark of a team focused on a goal. What do you think about that?
I think that's huge. I mean, I think the guys are literally one day at a time, one pitch at a time. They're trying to win every inning. They're trying to win every inning, not just the game. They're trying to win all 9 innings. So just like Sunday's game, we were basically going to win the game on a 1 hit. I forget who it is, hit a solo home run before Manny hit a solo home.
Oh.
No, Manny hit the second one.
Grisham hit the first one.
And their pitcher was dealing, and we weren't hitting well. And then all of a sudden we just hit a solo home run, and you could see that like our pitchers were doing really good. Stammen came in after our starter hurt his forearm or something. Yeah. I don't know exactly what he hurt, but the bullpen did really well. And you could just see like the momentum was kind of on Texas, but the Padres just kept grinding and kept grinding and kept grinding. And, they were winning towards the end, and they got out of some big jams at the end. And then Manny finally hit a home run that kind of solidified, hey, we're going to win this game. And even though it was 2-0, you could just see the boys were out there just grinding the whole time. They weren't just saying, hey, we've won this series so we can ease up on Sunday. We pitched a no-hitter. It's kind of our year. They were like, we're winning today. Yep. We're winning Saturday. We're winning Sunday. And
you know what?
We're going to keep winning.
But Heath, listen, I think, and I know, Browner, it's a good question and it's a good point. I think the thing is, and I said this to the guys from game 1, I'm scoreboard watching every day. I'm checking the standings literally every day. When my daughter says to me, why are you saying literally as literally? I said, I don't know. I don't have an answer, but I said it like that. I'm watching the standings, Heath, every day because as we're watching the Padres win series, sweep series, et cetera, we also had seen them lose a series to the Giants at home. And I'm looking at the Dodgers, who are also in fuego, 8-2 through their first 10. And I'm saying, this intensity, every game matters. You could have won the first 2 and said, we're good. But they had to go out and win 3. You got to keep pace. So I don't know what you think about that, but to me, as a fan, this is the most intense early season I've ever cared about. And I think the pedal is to the metal the entire year. What do you say?
Yeah, I would say I'd agree with you. I think the guys got to go out there and grind every single day. And the fans, it's going to be exciting because there's some to say, you know, we're chasing the Dodgers. You know, the Dodgers in first place. We're right there, right on their heels. But when you're in first place, everybody's coming after you. And it's almost like we're running a race and we got to catch up to the guy in front of us, even though the guy in front of us is right in front of us. He's still ahead of us, and we just got to keep pushing and keep pushing. We can't give up it. We can't give up anything. We can't just win a series. We got to sweep series just because, you know, if we take a water break or a little breath or something, they're going to all of a sudden be 2 games, 3 games, 4 games above us. And, you know, and it's going to be really big when we play the Dodgers. You know, they're always really big is when we play the Dodgers.
Well, you know, it's different this year too, when Dave Roberts adjusts his pitching rotation to line up his 3 studs to go Friday, Saturday, Sunday against the Padres.
Well, his 3 top studs, just by the way.
Yeah, he's got a lot of studs out there, but that just shows you, it shows you that other teams and Dave Roberts, World Series manager, it respects how good the Padres are and how good the Padres are this year and how they're built and how they play. They could have a lot of talent, but not play well together. And the Padres are playing really well together. They're a team. Tatis was hitting batting practice on Sunday when we got there early to the field, and he was hitting some home runs, and it was really exciting to see that. My wife was like, why is he not playing? I'm like, well, when you go on the DL, you got to stay there a couple days. You can't just pick and choose. But it's just one of those things that people are starting to respect how good the Padres are from last year and to this year. Like I said, last year isn't really going to mean anything unless the Padres get to the playoffs this year. And it's looking really good, even though it's really early.
Right.
It's really early. It's looking, I mean, they're ranked number 2 in the power rankings. And
Well,
they're still ranked number 2.
Let me ask you a quick question. We're talking to Heath Bell, former Padre all-star closer. Heath, in the beginning of COVID last year, left his Poway home and moved down to Texas so that his son could continue playing high school baseball, where they were going to play in Texas when they weren't in San Diego. Now, of course, everybody knows that they're back to playing here in San Diego, but Heath has the family all still down in Texas. Okay, when the Padres come to town, non-COVID, a former Padre player, especially somebody as decorated as your career was, could easily, I suspect, call the organization, say, hey, I'm going to come to the game this weekend. Can you guys leave passes for me and my family? I want to come to the clubhouse, say hello to the guys, et cetera, et cetera. In today's COVID world, do you just buy tickets and go to the game as a fan, or do you make a call? And even if you did, like, I'm sure that they wouldn't even let you near the players, I don't think, just because of the COVID regulations.
Just out of respect, everything going on, you know, I don't need to be near the players or whatnot. They're real focused right now. And just with all the rules and regulations going on. So right now I bought tickets because my son wanted to bring like 4 of his friends from his high school team. So we drove 2 cars up there to Fort Worth, Texas. And he loves to sit in the outfield. He wants to catch home run balls. And the funny part was my little guy, my little 11-year-old that, you know, he likes baseball, but he could, you know, he's probably going to be an architect. He loves to draw. Mm-hmm. He's the one who got a ball from somebody. And my son almost caught Manny's home run, but he was the Manny's home run went like 3 rows behind him. So it was almost really exciting. It was exciting, but it was, we just bought tickets and we went there as a fan, and everybody always asks. And people saw me and recognized me in the stands. They're like, why are you in the outfield? I'm like, cause my kids like being in the outfield because they want to catch home run balls. And I spent so many years basically in the bullpen in the outfield. So I don't mind watching a game from here, even though my wife really wanted to be near home plate. So
that's a good point. Like, you're used to watching games in the outfield.
Yeah. So my wife was really upset. She was kind of bummed out. She's like, I want to be close. I want to be up there.
You should.
So,
Your kid's old enough. You put the kids in the outfield and put you and the wife behind home plate.
well, that's actually what we decide next time to do. I said, okay, next time we come out here, like when we go to the Houston game, the Padres come out here, I think Memorial weekend. I said, we'll get good seats and we'll stick the kids in the outfield.
There you go. There you go. Hey, Heath, I don't know if you saw this or not, but yesterday afternoon, a Padres like fan site or something started to post that the Padres were, and this artist, they were painting Musgrove on the wall at his high school, Grossmont High School. And so because this had never happened before, and because it happened with a kid who's completely local. And by the way, I don't know if you ever meet Joe Musgrove?
No, I haven't.
You know, because as a kid, when he was in high school, he was around the Padres because he was always one of like the top kids, you know? So like they have pictures of him and Adrian standing at home plate together. Adrian's handing him like his, honor. Alex, could you put that back up on the screen for 1 second? I want Heath to take a look at this. So Heath, this fan site apparently lets people know that this is being painted. And our man, Fat Tony, shout out to FT, he runs out there to the high school to see these artists who are painting this. Heath, can you see this on your screen?
Yeah, I can see it. That's awesome.
How rad is that, dude?
That's awesome. That's unbelievable. I mean, I really hope they don't get in trouble for writing on the wall, but that's amazing.
Well, I guess because Fat Tony went down there and he spoke to the artists, I asked him a whole bunch of questions to ask to them. And what they said was that the Padres paid for it, and that somehow through, I guess, the principal, the school district, whatever, they immediately fast-tracked it and said, yes, Friday night he threw a no-hitter, and Sunday he's going to have a mural painted of him on the school's wall, which is super cool. But that's the part of the story, guys, Browner, Alex, that's the part of the story that I love the most. It's not that the Padres threw a no-hitter. If you Darvish threw a no-hitter, it'd be like, great, that's awesome, But the fact that the kid is from San Diego, grew up a Padres fan, it was only his second start in a Padre uniform. He's sort of the third guy too, right? I mean, they went out and got Darvish and Snell, and those were the exciting pickups. So for this kid to come home and do this, to me, guys, that was this part of the story that I loved.
That seems like it was meant to happen. Like, usually I don't really talk like that, but that feels like it was meant to be that way. For it to have gone that long, for it to have taken this long, so many pitchers, so many missed opportunities, for it to be this one guy to, on some random day, just knock it out and make history. So it feels right.
And I made the comment that it sucks because it didn't happen at Petco, but it did happen in our second home at Globe Life. That's where Slam Diego was created. Now we have the no-hitter there. We should just play we should play more games in Texas.
Yeah, I mean, I think the Texas fans would start liking us because we win games, not the Rangers.
Well, what was really also cool? We received, Heath, over the weekend, Alex and Brown, I'm sure you guys saw this, we received a lot of tweets from great friends that were down there, and they were taking pictures inside the ballpark going, yo, we're here, we're in the house. And there seemed to be a lot of Padre fans. I'm not exactly sure why everybody went there. Maybe because San Diego to Dallas is a quick, easy flight. Maybe it's because tickets are more readily available because they're letting everybody in. Maybe, Alex, to your point, maybe that's, the fans really know that's where Slam Diego was created. I don't know, man. I'm not sure why everybody went down there.
Heath was rocking the Slam Diego shirt there. I saw the picture.
Yeah, I was there. I really think it's because, the stadium was open to everybody. I think that was the reason. It was easier getting tickets. And maybe San Diego, they're just kind of, hey, let's just go on a little trip. Let's go on a weekend trip. Let's go see our boys play where we don't have to have a million restrictions, and then kind of just take a big breath.
What was the new stadium like?
It was a beautiful stadium. It really was really nice. It was just like last year during the playoffs, but this year everything was open. So everything was really clean and shiny, and it was a beautiful ballpark. It's one of those ballparks that I kind of wish I would like to be able to play and get on the field, because it just looks so nice as a fan that I could just only imagine what it's like for the players.
Middle of this conversation, my 14-year-old daughter, who needs a computer charger, walks in. You may have saw her sneak behind me, and she's going to pull my computer charger out of my computer. I'm like, you can't take my charger right now. We're in the middle of a show. I need every ounce of power. I don't care if I'm at 100% or I'm at 99. You can't take my power.
Why not, Dad? Why not?
I know, dude. It's just, it never ends, dude. It never ends.
Kids always take everything from us.
I know. It's so
they
true.
even make you sit in the outfield.
Yeah.
Heath Bell, the former Padre All-Star closer, with us today. He was in Dallas or Fort Worth yesterday to see the Padres play in person. He was watching the no-hitter on Friday night from his son's high school baseball game after the game already ended, sitting there watching on a phone, didn't leave. So very, very tuned in. Heath, we got 30 seconds. What is the top of that shirt? Dadalorian. What is that all about?
You know, the Mandalorian.
Yeah.
My 11-year-old loves Star Wars and stuff. And I saw a shirt that said Dadalorian. So, you know, I got to wear that so I can be cool like him, the Mandalorian.
Yeah. Understood. Hey,
you know, this is the way.
This is the way. Scott doesn't get that. He doesn't watch
I know that line, but I don't know the show. I don't know the show at all. Heath, it is great to be with you. Thank you very much. Hey, 10 seconds. How'd your son's team do Friday night?
Oh, they won. They're actually in second place right now.
They threw a one-hitter. You're muted.
Yeah, they threw one hit. They threw one hitter and they won 9-0.
I know. It is great to be with you. So much love. Thanks, Heath.
All right. Bye-bye.
We'll be right back with more of Scott Kaplan and Crew tonight. The very best from today's Scott Kaplan and Crew show on the mightier 1090 AM. A new generation of radio. SoCal Sports Talk.
Kaplan and Crew tonight is brought to you by BMW San Diego, your certified BMW dealer, serving drivers throughout San Diego and the surrounding areas.
Arash Markazi here, inviting you to catch my show, The Arash Markazi Show, on the mightier 1090. We are on every Monday through Friday from noon to 1 p.m. Pacific time. Join me and producer extraordinaire G. Wiley, where we chop up Los Angeles sports and try not to piss too many people off.
The all-new and mightier 1090.
Join Erica Cardenas on Doing More as she introduces you to ordinary people working side by side to confront tremendous challenges and make a positive impact in their community.
Hi, I'm Erica Cardenas. Join me on the next Doing More as we celebrate the many accomplishments of women during Women's History Month.
Doing More, Sunday and Monday night on Your View. Sponsored by The Barnes Firm, partnering with Shelter to Soldier and saving lives 2 at a time. Visit thebarnesfirm.com/shelter to soldier and help save more lives.
Thank you for interviewing with us. Tell me a little something about yourself. What are your greatest strengths?
Well, my differences are my strengths. Those of us with intellectual and developmental disabilities are highly motivated. We are creators. We are leaders and innovators. We are changing the face of work for the better, one customer at a time.
Thank you for sharing that with me. I'm confident that you would make an incredible addition to our team. It is time we start building a workforce that is diverse, inclusive, and equitable. A workforce that recognizes that our greatest strengths lie in our differences.
Join us at deliveringjobs.org.
That's the wrap.
Kaplan and Crew tonight presents Sports in a Minute.
Padres fans, you've got to be feeling real good today after this past weekend. Joe Musgrove gets the first ever no-hitter in team history. Fernando Tatis is back taking grounders in batting practice. The bats got going, and the Padres got the sweep against the Rangers. On Sunday, however, the Padres lost starter Adrian Morejon to a forearm strain 3 batters into the game. The bullpen was able to get it done for the Friars, allowing only 5 hits and no runs as the Padres secured the sweep. The Padres do expect that Dinelson Lamet could return as soon as Thursday or Friday, but pitching for the remainder of this week's series against the Pittsburgh Pirates is still uncertain. Yu Darvish got the start today. Blake Snell will start on Tuesday, but after that, manager Jace Tingler said the starters for the last 2 games of the series are up in the air. I'm Haley Stasiak. That's your Sports in a Minute. Now back to more Kaplan and Crew tonight.
Ray here, inviting you to catch my show, Let's Talk Hookup, every Saturday and Sunday, 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. Pacific Time. For over 30 years, we've been the voice of the fishing community for Southern California, and so glad to be back on the big stick.
The all-new and mightier 1090.
Are you living in an underserved community and facing adversity? Do you have a desire to start or grow your own business? San Diego State University's Lavin Entrepreneurship Center, the Center for Leadership and Entrepreneurial Studies, and community partners invite you to participate in our Community Bootcamp. The bootcamp provides intense, hands-on exposure to the fundamentals of launching and growing a successful venture. Register today at leadershipcentersw.org.
Join Erica Cardenas on Doing More as she introduces you to ordinary people working side by side to confront tremendous challenges and make a positive impact in their community.
Hi, I'm Erica Cardenas. Join me on the next Doing More as we celebrate the many accomplishments of women during Women's History Month.
Doing More, Sunday and Monday night on Your View. Sponsored by The Barnes Firm, partnering with Shelter to Soldier and saving lives 2 at a time. Visit thebarnesfirm.com/shelter to soldier and help save more lives. City in Motion is brought to you by McDonald's. Stop by your local participating McDonald's now through April 25th and make a donation or visit walkforkids.org to support.
Hi, I'm Vince Bryson, CEO of Ronald McDonald House Charities of Southern California. Welcome to the 2020 Virtual Walk for Kids.
Little coronavirus pandemic will not stop our show because we are still going to walk for these kids.
You guys want to do the Walk for Kids virtually this year?
Yeah! Today is Walk for Kids, you guys, virtually. So we love it, love it, love it.
Let's get this walk started.
We are going to start. So I'm going to be walking around my backyard.
Doing the 5K walk. We're here in front of the beautiful Los Angeles Memorial Coliseum.
So we are getting ready to do lap 3.
We're here to send our support.
I love the excitement. I love the energy. Let's keep it going.
If you want to know the reason why I'm walking, it's because I care about the kids and the families that stay at our house.
I walk for the Los Angeles Ronald McDonald House for kids like me, so they can have a place to call their home away from home.
To me, the Ronald McDonald House means love, care, hope, and support.
The families and children of RMHC need our help and support now more than ever. So thank you for joining our virtual walk and continuing to support our Ronald McDonald House even during these difficult times.
Thank you so much for coming together, for showing that we can unite and be together even though we're not at our respective locations.
Thank you for participating in this virtual walk.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thanks for all your help and support, and stay well.
Ronald McDonald House Charities of SoCal gives families with sick kids the best medicine, each other. Stop by your local McDonald's today and make a donation or visit walkforkids.org to support. City in Motion, highlighting great things in our community like Ronald McDonald House Charities. Give families with sick kids the best medicine, each other. Kaplan Accrued Tonight is brought to you by BMW San Diego, your certified BMW dealer, serving drivers throughout San Diego and the surrounding areas.
I've been a part of this community for a long time, and giving back is what we do. That's why I'm so excited to tell you about the San Diego Giving Back Raffle, a benefit for Ronald McDonald House Charities of San Diego. Grand prize is this $4 million luxury home, or you could win a car, vacation, or cash. Everyone is guaranteed to win a prize. And you'll feel good knowing your raffle purchase goes to help families like the Lechugas. Get your tickets now for the San Diego Giving Back Raffle.
Join Erica Cardenas on Doing More as she introduces you to ordinary people working side by side to confront tremendous challenges and make a positive impact in their community.
Hi, I'm Erica Cardenas. Join me on the next Doing More as we celebrate the many accomplishments of women during Women's History Month.
Doing More, Sunday and Monday night on Your View. Sponsored by The Barnes Firm, partnering with Shelter to Soldier and saving lives 2 at a time. Visit thebarnesfirm.com/shelter to soldier and help save more lives.
Thank you for joining us. Catch Scott Kaplan and crew tonight from 7 to 8 p.m. Pacific every Monday through Friday. The very best from today's Scott Kaplan and crew show on the mightier 1090 AM. A new generation of radio, SoCal Sports Talk.